I am hoping you guys have a good memory. I cannot repeat on the same date again. We had a discussion one time. Now, I told you guys there was a mandate out that everybody had to be prepared and ready by a specific date. Do you guys remember what that was? Anybody? Hope that you can remember. I can't repeat the date. This was for America, leadership all around the world. They had to be ready prior to a certain date. I hope that does not slip your minds. As you'll see, people are going to get some scares. Lots of scares, right? In fact, times will prove to you over and over again that we're not living in normal times. This is a time of the closing. This is when everything closes. I'm not going to repeat the date, but all the countries spent an obscene amount of money getting ready for this date. Unfortunately, what has happened is, like in most cases, which is why I never wanted to say that date in the first place, but all these mishaps in media began to gobble up the media. All these secondary topics that have come to nothing, right? Or eating up the airwaves. And no one is discussing that mandated date. In fact, it's as if no one knows about it, which is so odd. No one is talking about it. No one is. No one's talking about that date. I cannot give you that date again. But everybody had a mandate for the last 2 years to be prepped prior to this month. That month, that date, that day, I gave you guys. And it seems like everything is surrounding this date, like a nervousness has settled in. And it also looks like all things will be executed in or around that date. That date quickly approaches. If you guys can remember, hope that you're keeping pace with it. I really do. Because those who are not going to keep pace with it are going to be caught unawares. They will. I hope that doesn't happen to anybody here, but I know that's a very sensitive date now, so I'm not going to mention it. I already know the consequences of that. In fact, nothing I'll talk about is going to coincide with that date anymore. Can't do that. Okay? Somebody said Pentecost. It does not coincide with any holy days. This date does not coincide with any of the holy days. I only mentioned that once. It's in one of the streams. One of the admins may be able to find it for you. I cannot echo that date again. I'm going to disassociate myself from that date. So I hope that you guys, somebody can recall it for you. You guys can talk about it all day. I cannot. I can't do that. But everything is being prepped on schedule for that time. This is their date. You know, this it's not some date that's calculated. This is their time, their date, their mandate. This is what they set in motion, and they have to be prepped prior to that time. That's a time of massive uncertainty, and it looks like they were correct. That's what it looks like. They were quite correct. boy, we're going to be hit from three different perspectives or vantage points as far as troubles in this country and in Europe. In fact, all allied nations are going to face similar things. They will face similar things. This is going to be a multi-part problem. Multi-part. A people problem is going to be one of the biggest. You guys know since the beginning of the year, I've been sharing a visualization with you guys that there are people crawling right underneath your feet. And they are armed to the teeth, right? Ready to strike in America and some other countries. They are against this nation. They're not going to be for this nation, people. So think of it this way. Think of people inside of America who hate America, who hate the leadership of America, who hate the ideas of Christianity. Think of people like that who are, in fact, born here in America. Some are from overseas, but the vast majority have been recruited to carry out some pretty devastating things. They are coordinating. They have been coordinating. And too many things have been stopped. Too many things have been stopped. That number is increasing on a daily basis. Every single day, something major has been averted. You know and I know when this happens, it only takes one time for it to work. If it does work, it's going to poison the USA. It will. We also discussed back in 2016 about the border. Do you guys remember that? Starting in 2016, we had a discussion about the border. That discussion about the border had to deal with people trying to go to the border to escape America. Do you guys remember that? It seems outlandish, correct? That's what it seems, outlandish. But no, it won't be. It is my belief the Northern Hemisphere is going to be poisoned pretty soon. And if the Northern Hemisphere is poisoned by any of our modern day chemicals and things that we have, we're going to have to deal with some different conditions. That with the weather phenomena changing temperate forest regions into arid regions, right? Because there's no way the earth is going to maintain its current status going forward. That's not going to happen. There's no way. It's just not possible. And I know I'm speaking quite bold in this, but it's just not possible that the earth is going to sustain its same rotation, its same angle. It's just impossible that will be maintained. So conditions will change. Now to us here on this earth, we're going to notice some drastic weather changes. Drastic. I know we've had some, but we're about to see real, notable weather change. And when we see that, we're also going to see a realignment of the stars. So to us, it will appear that some of the star formations are out of place. In the midst of all that, our nation is going to be emptied. And a lot of people won't be here anymore. And just to give you a small reminder, when I was shown something, what I saw was one person. I saw many people, but this one person was crying. This person her children were gone. They were gone. This person sat in the daytime. On the windows in the daytime were dark trash bags. The sun was so incredibly hot. Nobody outside in the daytime. The foliage was brown. Weird. You know how it looks around fall? The grass begins to yellow. That's how it looked. The trees looked like they were starved of all nutrients. There were no children on the earth. None. Hardly anybody was driving. Hardly anybody. And everybody took shelter from the sun in the daytime. This person was doing everything they could do to find drugs every day, every moment of the day, to numb the emptiness inside. And in this person's heart, they blamed everybody for everything. They had someone to blame. We're coming down to the wire. Right? Coming down to the wire. This is God has given us ample time. In fact, He's given us a lifetime to get some things together. The problem is we keep giving ourselves excuses for more time. That's not going to bode well in the time to come. There's a short space, and that short space could be one more day. It could be one more hour. There is a short span of time. It's as if the Lord has given us a reprieve to really double check where we are.